ready to give these fans what they paid for?
Yeah.
We know MP came ready to play. Exactly.
We therefore ask you to refrain from any inappropriate behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
And folks, we hope you will join us for our next fan appreciation giveaway. Next up, magnetic samples. Keep track of all the social games right on Instagram.
We've got our round towel game during our next game. Be sure to then bring your family friends, and everyone will get their very own Celtic rally towel. Celtic fans,
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Sunday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And for that game against Miami, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
So the Nets starting five. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton.
Ain't Kaiser a Taurus or something?
And it's Whitehead in at the small forward position. And for Boston, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard with Brown playing small forward. And it's Tyler in at the point. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
What a weapon the three has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Milton the pass to Claxton. Now Thomas. Nets passing it around.
Fuck with T-Pain, especially a nappy boy game.
5 on the clock. Pass to Milton. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Tyler. Defended by Milton. Brown, no good. And Milton's got the ball here for Brooklyn. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. Claxton sets the screen for Milton. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Milton.
Here's Tyler. His last outing, we saw him 4 in 22. Took him no time at all on that one. Tatum's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Boston.
The ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch. Those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
Claxton finds Thomas. Claxton a screen on White. It's Thomas outside. Porzingis with the rebound. And when Porzingis goes to work inside, Doris, there are not a lot of answers for his son.
We know, Kevin, obviously, that post-ups become less and less a part of the game, but still an important one opportunistically. And you talk about efficiency in the post, that is Kristaps Porzingis. But not only that, the mid-range game is there, the three-point game is there, and the defense is there.
Here's Milton after the made shot from Tyler. Tries it from 19. A shot by Milton, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Tyler. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Johnson with it. Back to Milton. Launches it. And it's White with the rebound.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against the Magic was terrific. He scored 22 points and hit a few threes, which helped his team spacing. And that game proved why he's a star in this league. Another great performance. Somebody you pay to watch. We're all excited to see what he does tonight. Kevin?
All right, David. Greg, we'll see if tonight follows suit. I'm sure he's looking forward to the challenge.
I think he'll be ready. He's in a groove. The confidence is insane. Boy, it's a good place to be.
No doubt. He is locked in, seems so comfortable with where his game is at. Boy, has he been fun to watch.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Substitutions here. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. Number one, the Celtics.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Here's Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Back to Johnson. Milton with it. Tyler on him to stop the run. And there's a nice layup by Milton. Milton's got 6.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. Cans it from downtown.
We have watched Cam Thomas become more and more aggressive from three-point territory.
Tyler passes to Hauser. And the call will go against Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
43 seconds left in the first.
That was
no
off.
good. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Three-pointer. Pass to Tatum. Lets the three fly. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 9.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Watson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Taking 2 shots.
That one is no good. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Celtics out in front as they wrap up the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
They got Porzingis. White is out there with Smooth. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's LeVert in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screening. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the 3 from Tyler. Shoot from the right block. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Celtics leading by 9. Fires from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Here's Klein. He's covered by Tyler. Klein, no good. Boston's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Capella dishes to Tyler. Nice ball movement by Boston. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
Pass to Whitehead. On the wing, Wiggins. Shoots over LeVert. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And there it is for him.
Well, if you leave someone that wide open, Derek White will put it on time and on target.
And we talk about Derek White, Doris. How impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Now here's White. Here's Tyler. Traps in the tray. Tyler's got 18 points in the game.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Nets trail by 17. And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
What? Yeah, I know. I heard you say that. Yeah, no, he's
Some changes here for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Brown comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Drew Holiday in for Derek White.
Why would I switch on my down for a penny? There's one of them anyway.
Holiday against Thomas. Johnson outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Claxton against Porzingis. Lock at 6. Outside Thomas. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Milton. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way. He's got 8 points.
And you can see the defense there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Tatum on the wing. 11 points in the game. Bucket is good.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Milton on the wing. Johnson. Now Thomas. Screen by Claxton. Thomas, no good. Here's Boston now. They're on a 17-4 run right now. Here's Tyler. Off target from outside. And here's Milton. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 19. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. Now, here's Thomas. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing to the inside. And Claxton throws it down.
Well, Thomas putting that pass on time and on target. Love to see it from that scorer.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
From deep. And he hits it from deep. 3 points there from Tyler. Tyler's got 21 in the game.
Continue
to get the ball to guys.
I need to get me a rate.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
I know they
so it's Boston controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this.
And as we welcome you to halftime, no other way to say it, an abysmal start for the Brooklyn Nets.
The defense has been trash. That is, if you can call it defense. I call it being lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy, Shaq. They've been outworked, and you got to beat them to the basketball. That's the kind of team that you want to have. And so far, they haven't answered the bell.
All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
You look at the Celtics. This is when it starts to get real. You pass the opening night energy. You're not as well rested as you were in the offseason.
Yeah, it's time to show us what you really can do.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to keep this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Nets trail by 20. Starting off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Shake Milton is out there with Thomas. And it's Whitehead in at the 3.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. White finds Tatum. That shot off. Johnson with the defensive effort. Thomas passes to Johnson. Claxton with it. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Thomas down low. White on him. And the shot goes in. Thomas got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Tatum. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Goes up to the stripe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on White.
Well, for Cam Thomas, obviously, the whole conversation about why he's in the league is his scoring ability. And I think the next step for him, he's got to start to be able to play make for his teammates.
That's good from Thomas. Cam Thomas was the 20. Nets trail by 9. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Derek White is out there with Smooth. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And the basket by Waters.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Here's Tyler. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Tyler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 24 points for Smooth.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And the basket by Waters.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Outside Tatum. Pass to White. Celtics passing it around. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Nets trail by 8. Down low. Here's Waters. Again, the Nets for 2.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball pretty fast.
Here's Beauchamp. Pass to Waters. Porzingis with the block. White, wide open. He fired. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Nets trail by 8. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
I kind of did.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During that break, listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He said, hey, we're still in this thing. We just have to trust each other out there. Be aggressive, stay together, and play as a team. We're coming back and winning this one. Pretty confident words, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Here's Whitehead. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Jaylen Brown. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're
talking
really looking
about
to just
totally
make
different.
that extra pass.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Celtics leading by 6. Over to the left wing. Tyler down low. Claxton covering. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
First team foul. At the line for the Celtics, Tyler. At the line for 2 shots.
Free throw good from Tyler. Both free throws good from Tyler.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Claxton, a screen on White. There's Thomas with the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
That one drops for him. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Thomas with it. From past the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Thomas got 10 points here in the second half.
With
he offer no resistance defensively.
Orlando.
He's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
And what's his name?
To White. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, Razby, Fizz, and yeah, because Razby was the one that spoke out first.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Nets. It's a 10-point game.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Cameron Thomas.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within single digits. So he gets them both. Here's Tyler. Brown feeling out a bit. Pass to Tatum. Here's Tyler. The 3. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 31 points for Smooth.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Tatum dishes to Tyler. Back to Tatum. Got a piece of it. And taken away by Johnson. Here's Thomas. A shot. No good. White with the defensive effort.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Celtics.
Look at the number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series. And
what a tremendous standout performance it was for Smooth.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
Third personal foul, second team foul.
That free throw missing.
Kristaps Porzingis.
That's off as well, so he misses both. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Some changes for Brooklyn.
On the court.
Tatum drives in. So We see Boston get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hey, yo, bad play.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
My name is Jubal from Brick and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show. How you doing?
Good game, MP.
I'm on the break next year.
That's a good idea. I might have to do that myself.
Right? Right? Isn't that what I said? On and up.
Okay, be there. Another day, another win. Good work. Get ready to rumble, young blood.
Hottest team in the land coming through.
Spider. Itsy bitsy spider. Itsy bitsy spider. Yeah. Yeah.
A reminder to be here for our next giveaway, Gym Bag Day. Come out and receive a free Celtics gym bag. We want you to turn it from winning to be enjoying Here we go! Please text the word Celtics along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. Don't forget that the rest of the game is calendar day. What better way to pass the year than with pictures of your favorite mascot? Look upon our Celtics dancer. Attention Celtics fans, at our next home game, we'll be giving the first 15,000 fans your very own Boston Celtics t-shirt. You don't want to miss out on this. Remember, Celtics fans, we still have tickets available for upcoming home games. Please stop.
Coming right up, the Celtics taking on the Cavaliers. For the Celtics, they're playing with terrific focus to start the year. Their hard work from the summer is paying off. Cavs, Celtics, up next. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at Cleveland. They're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
Seeing where Boston is, they are steamrolling everyone as expected. Tons of talent, nice team chemistry. This is the team to beat this year.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell and Okoro, they're the wings. And it's Russell in at the point guard position. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Smooth in at the 1. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. On the wing, Tatum, covered by Mobley. Tyler. Misses in close. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Russell. Now Okoro. For 3, Allen. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Here's Tyler, guarded by Russell. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, no hesitation, no overthinking it. Tatum just takes the shot.
And Russell, here we go. And then Russell with the dunk.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
With his feet set, Tatum's going to make you pay.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim. Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Now here's Porzingis. Tatum from long range. And can't connect on that one. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. Outside Mitchell. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
That free throw is good from Mitchell.
You know, I've got 2 words to describe Donovan Mitchell. Dynamic scorer. You put this man in just about any situation, and he'll find a shot no matter what.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Well, it sure didn't take him much time to heat up. Aggressive start.
Cleveland has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Pass to Mobley. 6 to shoot. Back to Russell. Fires from deep. Tatum pulls it in. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Here's Tyler. Off target with the 3. For Cleveland, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Smooth in their last game against the Nets put on a show. He contributed 31 points, and he was red hot from beyond the arc, raining down a ton of threes. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Outstanding. Thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Now here's Okoro. Back to Russell. Pass to Okoro. From behind the arc. Hits the trifecta.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Russell to pass to Allen. Okoro outside. Fires for 3. And Cleveland another 3.
Well, Allen is usually the last stop the ball makes, but he selflessly gives it up to a wide-open guy.
Celtics trail by 3. To the paint. Here's Tyler. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Attention fans, now on the court. It's your hot squad. Get loud and we'll hear it. Who wants a t-shirt?
We do have a dot stamp, right? There they go.
A different look for Cleveland. Wade, he's checked in for Allen. Strawther comes in for Mitchell. And it's Beverly in for Russell. Look for Cleveland. Tyson comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Strus in for Wade. Here's Tyler. Beverly defending. Outside Holiday. It's LeVert on the wing. Screen by Capella. Here's Tyler. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
We've got Clint Capella. Drew Holiday out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Hauser in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And with this pause, a check on the stats to show you which teams led the league in assists last year. 5th, the Cavaliers.
They were patient, and they were also unselfish. And it helps to have guys who are willing to make the next pass.
Pass to Hauser. LeVert outside. Down low. And already, Coach, some teams have found their rhythm, while some others seem to be way off to start.
Well, Brian, that can be for a lot of different reasons. Maybe you've changed your system from the year before. Maybe you've changed your roster significantly. Maybe you have some guys who didn't come in as ready as they could be due to conditioning or injury. Every situation, every team has a different set of challenges.
Here's Tyler, coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And not only that, they're off to a pretty hot start shooting from outside. They seem locked in tonight.
The first one falls. White, he's checked in for Boston. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Wade's checked in. And that's good as he hits both shots. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Cavaliers trail by 3. Here's Strawther. No points so far. Here's the 3. Hauser grabs the board. The Celtics have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. And Stanley went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
Hauser passes to Smooth. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Boston shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. A different look for Cleveland. Allen, he's checked in for Wade. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Tyson. And it's Porter Jr. in for Beverly.
Yeah, just knocking down every free throw. I mean, I love to see this kind of efficiency.
And it's Porter with the ball for Cleveland. 6-point game. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. And it's Mitchell, the miss. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Brian, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift. Brian, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie.
Well, a big who plays like a big. Allen's going to pound it inside, and you have to match his intensity in there.
Cleveland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. No good on the free throw.
I like that Allen plays with attitude. He's got a competitive streak, and it blends so well with his natural athletic ability.
The Celtics making a switch here. Tatum's checked in. And he's good on the second. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Pass to White. Here's Tyler. Outside Tatum. Ooh, rugged finish from Tatum.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
Okoro outside. We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Russell from outside. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
You know, you always just be the fuck you talking about.
He hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Allen, pass to Mitchell. Allen with a screen on White. From deep, Mitchell. Boston pulls it in. They've been on a heater of late. 7 wins in a row.
Well, I think they found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going. Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
From 20 feet. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics lead by 9. Pass to Smooth. Beyond the arc. And count it. Make that 3 of 7 so far for him.
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision with it.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. Matt's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Mitchell. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And so it's Boston. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. Back to the game after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're dominating this game like we dominate every other sports halftime show.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ernie. Shots fired.
Yeah, and I got his back. He's just telling it like it is. We are the GOATs.
We do have some chemistry, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Boston Celtics.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end, you can turn misses into makes. That's found money.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. The Cavaliers trail by 11. On the court for the Cavaliers. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Mitchell and Okoro, they're the wings. And it's Russell in at the point.
A volume 3-point shooter. The coaching staff encourages Russell to fire away.
Tatum from long range. And Tatum drills the 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And for the Cavaliers, they're shooting about 43% in this one. The shot by Russell, no good.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Tyler's got 16 points now.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Allen outside. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
From deep, Mobley. Boston with a rebound. They'll face the Spurs at home after this one, and they'll be nearing the end of their 5-game homestand. Offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. And the shot goes in. And the Celtics lead by 16.
Well, just by hitting the offensive glass, Porzingis can pick up a lot of extra points.
Okoro on the wing. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Russell. He gets it in there. He's got 12.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
To the middle. Here's Tyler. The kick to Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. There's the triple. Tyler, no good. And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for Cleveland. They trail by 14. Knocks down the long J.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. With some changes. Capella, he's checked in for Porzingis, and Holiday subbed in for White. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Now Brown. Give him 8 points now. Inside, here's Tyler, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, what vision from Holiday. Seems to have a knack for getting it to his guys in great spots.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
To the inside. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Fast break, Cleveland. The shot by Russell, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, this is why you got to put a body on Capella. He's just too good an offensive rebound.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Pass to Allen. Outside Mitchell. Allen with a screen on Holiday. The three from Mitchell. Capella with a rebound. Celtics lead by 15. Smooth pass to Holiday. Screen by Capella. Pulls it from the top of the key. And the rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Allen's got 5 rebounds in the game. Left side, Russell. 1:04 left in the third quarter here. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Russell's got 10 points here in the second half.
Hey, he's doing whatever he can right now to pump up his teammates.
Top of the key. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. And the Celtics lead by 15.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
Woo, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Pass to Mobley. Back to Russell. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Mobley. Okoro outside. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Here's Tyler. Beverly defending. Pass to Smooth. 4-3. Hits a three-pointer. Tyler's got 21.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So it's Boston now. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Then it's Karis LeVert. Then there's Drew Holiday. And it's Smooth in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. That one goes. Count it.
Well, just another night in the office for Jason Tatum. We've come to expect big games from him. He is that special.
He was too. You saying it like he wasn't Mr. 106 and Paul. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Offline with a 3.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. And it's Tyson with a rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 18. Beverly outside. Pass to Strus. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
You saying it like they came. Money.
Out to the wing. Here's Tyler. Beverly defending. Launches a 3. Tyler, no good. Stan, LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the most intelligent players in the league. Who else stands out to you as far as basketball IQ?
Oh, Brian, that's a tough question. There's so many of them. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic. There's just so many intelligent guys in this league. Fans that think it's all about athleticism don't understand how intelligent the best players are.
Left side, Tatum. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Holiday.
Substitution on the court.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Smooth, pass to Porzingis. Here's Tyler. Gets the 3 ball to go. Tyler's got 24.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Russell with the ball. Porzingis picks him up defensively. And here's Russell. Shot clock at 6. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Celtics lead by 19.
He scored it.
Pass to Smooth. Fires from the wing. And he nails the jumper. He's got 26.
Oh, he's 38. Ray J, 44.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Outside Mitchell. All right, Stan, what's one rule you change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
All the replays. No more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
White for three. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's a minute 54 left in the game. Here's Russell. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Smooth. Jacks up a 3. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Allen. Oh, sweet move.
And it's a good thing to see Allen trying to score more. When he does that, he attracts the defense's attention.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
We also got to highlight how on fire they've been from three-point land. They've continued to capitalize from beyond the arc in this one.
And Cleveland making a change here. Tyson, he's checked in for Mobley. Strus comes in for Okoro. Strawther's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Beverly in for Russell.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Celtics.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from 3. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And what a huge performance it was for Smooth.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
Boston calls timeout. They're in front by 16. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long and good night, everyone.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all dead as fuck. Come on.
Good job, MP. I see. They don't even know what's coming for them.
Say what, babe?